Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. It's Gordon from YOOPknows. Continuing with the developer diaries, we're about 9 or 10 videos in to our 90-day video, 90-day odyssey to see and communicate YOOPknows to anyone in an architectural business who's looking to take that next step. And that's what today's video is going to be about today. So I'm not going to show you kind of clicking buttons and such. We'll continue with that in the next couple of days. But really, it's sort of the backstory why we created YOOPknows and kind of who it's for. So it was probably like 3, 4, maybe 5 years ago now where we were becoming successful as a practice. We were starting to kind of figure out how to get jobs in, how to price them accordingly. And you get to that moment where you get too much work. It's almost like that failure by success, or too much work kind of like kills the business. So we found ourselves with all this work coming in, and we weren't really organized in the office effectively to do that work and get it out. So I do have a business coach, had a business coach now for 8 years. And so with my business coach, we organized what we were doing and the structure and such. But even then, we were still missing a tool to be able to sort of have what we're doing on a project, what all the projects are in terms of what we're doing as a service, and also where in that process each project is. Because it very much came to, you've got limited resources in your office. It's about what you're pushing at various times. Because I think what the secret we found is that you pick up a job, you do what you need to do, and then you put that job back down again. And it's about being able to do that and not get bombarded by clients and other people kind of like getting you to do their job faster, or changes and all those kind of things, and all of a sudden you become pushed and pulled. You start to work on who's the noisiest, who makes the most the loudest kind of demands, which is really not good for your business, because then you start forgetting projects and then they burst into flames, and then you go into firefighting mode, and then you can't sort of escape that for like 6 months because you can't really see what's happening. So we kind of changed all that by creating this dashboard, which allowed us to kind of create a template, know what we're doing on every project, customize it for every project, and then it goes up onto a Kanban board where we can kind of see all the projects move through our process. So when we start seeing a number of jobs cluster in sort of design development or building regs or construction, we can kind of do something about it. We can concentrate and focus our resources to deal with that bottleneck, so that bottleneck doesn't happen. Very few practices have that overview. The other thing that YOOPknows solved for us is that everyone is on the same page. Everyone can see all the clients, the consultants. Everyone can see the status, because we write like a little architect's job book. What we did, we issued some DWGs to an engineer. We organised the SAP, this, that, and the other. Health and safety, pre-construction, principal designers stuff has been issued. All of those things can go in there, so that when a client or anyone else kind of calls or there's a query, I know, and also the rest of the team knows exactly where we're up to. The other aspect was that we added kind of later on was a card system where we felt that we needed just like something to kind of move jobs around in the office. So instead of this old idea of here's a job, you're the project architect, you deal with it, and here's another job, you deal with that one as well, and then that person being swamped. What we've got now is more of a horizontal scenario where multiple people in the office can work across lots and lots of jobs. They can dip in and dip out of projects, because they're a real expert in discharging conditions. They're a real expert in doing build over agreements, or doing the building regs package, or sorting out the fire compliance because it's over 11 meters and it needs sprinklers, and we've got evacuation lifts and all these other things coming in now. The stairs are different. So you can get lots of people to work across a lot of projects, but the only way we could find that we could do that is by having a system and having cards and having where we're up to. So yeah, it really worked for us. And as it says on the website here, we actually, a few years ago, maybe more than a few years ago now, we actually went 4 days a week on the back of success of YOOPknows in our practice. So we went 4 days a week, everyone gets paid the same. And the other really cool thing that happened was we went 4 days a week, but also our turnover went up 20%, because we found that we were pushing jobs through our practice much faster. So we found that was a little bit of a secret, is speed to getting a job and finishing a job, because then you can do the next one, the next one, the next one. And so our turnover went up and the hours that we worked went down. So that's a real positive double bubble there, which is amazing. So what I'd like to do is invite you all to a demo. You just go onto the website here, it's yoopknows.com, and you can kind of book the demo on the page. And you'll talk to me and we can talk about your business, etc. Typically YOOPknows works for practices that are about 5 to 15, but we've got practices much bigger. So if you're at 25, 30 staff, super good too. Book a demo and let's start talking. If I go back to the homepage, if you want to sign up for our mailer as well, just to keep in touch and see videos and what's going on, you can just sign up here. And you could also go to our blog and you can start seeing some videos about YOOPknows. But yeah, I invite you to book a demo and let's have a chat.